So amidst the speculations of Antoine Semenyo on the verge of leaving Bournemouth, well, he has signed a contract extension with Bournemouth. Well, what is Bournemouth doing? Well, what tricks are they playing with the Premier League clubs? Well, I'll tell you all about it in a jiffy. But also, we all know that Partey has officially left Arsenal after we entered 1st July. Today is the 2nd of July, but there are some theories that have been put up to show that, well, Partey could have left Arsenal due to a particular reason. I'll play you that particular video if you follow through to the end of this particular video. But before we get into it, well, another Ghanaian player has signed for Brighton and over beyond in the Premier League. I'll tell you all about that one as well. Before we get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. So now let's get into it quickly. And Ghanaian striker that is Antoine Semenyo has officially signed a contract extension with AFC Bournemouth. Well, Antoine Semenyo has been linked with a possible move away from Bournemouth, but it turns out that Bournemouth are playing very smart. They are acting very smart in a bid to get more money out of Antoine Semenyo's transfer to his next club. Well, Antoine Semenyo, who has been linked to a possible move to join Manchester United or Tottenham Hotspur, well, has signed a contract extension. Yesterday, on July 1st, 2025, the Ghanaian player signed a 5-year contract with Bournemouth that will see him stay with the Premier League side until the year 2030. We are currently in the year 2025. Antoine Semenyo arrived at the Cherries from Bristol City in the winter transfer window in January 2023. Well, last season was the season that Antoine Semenyo scored the highest goals for himself in the Premier League. He scored 11 goals in the Premier League and got 5 assists at the Vitality Stadium. Well, after putting pen to paper, Antoine Semenyo was asked about his contract, and this was what he had to say. The Ghanaian player said, "I have grown so much at the club, both on and off the pitch. I am really happy to have signed ahead of returning for pre-season. From the fans to the staff and all my teammates, I can't speak highly enough of the people around the club. It's a great place to be, and I am excited to get back to Bournemouth and continue the hard work in the new season just around the corner." And that is what Antoine Semenyo said. The president of Bournemouth, that is Thiago Pinto, also said Antoine has been crucial to the club's progress and is a key member of the project here at Vitality Stadium. "We have a great relationship with Antoine and we are looking forward to continuing that as we hope to build on a record-breaking season. His commitment to the club's matches are ambition, and I'm excited to see that we can be, and I'm excited to see what we can achieve as we prepare for the new campaign." And that is what Thiago Pinto, the president of Bournemouth, had to say. Well, the Black Star striker has made 89 appearances for the Cherries in the Premier League and has scored 22 goals so far with 10 assists to his name. Now, if you study the whole thing carefully and you know how transfer works, you realize that Antoine Semenyo's contract extension is all hinged at getting clubs to pay higher price for Antoine Semenyo to leave Bournemouth. They would have to buy him out of his contract to be able to move away from Bournemouth. That is why the club has offered him a new deal. So if you are going to buy Antoine Semenyo, you have to cough out money. Already, Spurs were told to bring 65 million and they said that was too much. Manchester United also went for Antoine Semenyo and, well, they realized that the offer was too much, and they were all saying that, well, a player that has few years left on his contract, why should we pay for such an amount? So that is why Bournemouth have added more years to Antoine Semenyo's contract to ensure that, well, clubs cough out the money if they want Antoine Semenyo. And away from Antoine Semenyo, let's talk about former Arsenal player that is Thomas Partey, because Thomas Partey is now a free agent. He officially became a free agent on Tuesday, that is July 1st, 2025, after seeing through his contract with the Gunners. Thomas Partey joined Arsenal from Atletico Madrid. Well, Thomas Partey has been instrumental in Arsenal's quest to win a title in the last couple of years, and well, it is very, very shocking to see that Arsenal did not offer Thomas Partey a new contract. Well, a particular video on social media critically explains what could have been the reason why Arsenal let go of Thomas Partey.
So I think I've worked out the real reason why Thomas Partey won't be staying at Arsenal, because there's a huge detail that's flown over a lot of people's heads. For context, Thomas Partey's move to Arsenal came about on deadline day in 2020 when Arsenal activated his £40 million release clause. That same day, he turned down a new contract with Atletico because of a falling out with the club over the cut his agent would take. But the dots are starting to connect here. Have a watch of this.
The agents will get 3% instead of 10%. And I'm like, no, you need to give the 10% to my agent. If not, I want to leave.
So he's battling with Atletico Madrid to get this deal done, but he's not battling with Semenyo because, as it says here on a BBC article that broke down the deal, in recent weeks the message Semenyo got from him was that he was going to stay. So obviously he's negotiating this deal with the sporting director, who at the time was none other than Andrea Berta. This is a man who doesn't respect Partey or his people at all by the sounds of things. In his last season at Atletico, which was his 9th at the club, so he's not just some youth talent on his first pro contract, he was one of the worst paid players in the squad on just €1.8 million a year, which is less than £30,000 a week. And Andrea Berta had the cheek to tell him this:
"You're not going to get any team to pay in this market this amount of money." And then I called my agents to call Arsenal.
So Partey left to join Arsenal, which left everyone at Atletico livid with the player, all because one man messed up the negotiations. And it's no coincidence that now that same man is at Arsenal, we're going against the manager's word to get rid of one of our best midfielders free of charge, because he's demanding too much money. Is he, or is he just trying to make sure his agent's paid properly? Meanwhile, the club have managed to fool people into thinking that Zubimendi is a replacement for Thomas Partey. No, he's not. The plan was to have both, hence why contract renewal talks were a thing in the first place, because Zubimendi's been a done deal for months. So the club wanted to have both, but we've downgraded to Norgard instead. What do you guys think of this? Am I onto something here? Is Andrea Berta a problem, or is Thomas Partey's time just up?
So I hope you get the whole thing about Thomas Partey leaving Arsenal. It turns out that Andrea Berta, who joined Arsenal from Atletico Madrid, well, he and Thomas Partey had something way back at Atletico Madrid, which could have maybe, as people say, made Thomas Partey leave Arsenal after the end of his contract. What do you think? Do you think it's true or not? But where are the clubs that wanted to sign Thomas Partey? Where are they now? The Italian clubs who wanted to sign Thomas Partey. Now he's a free agent. Are you going to sign him or not? Well, I know maybe the agents of Thomas Partey are putting up a contract for the Ghanaian midfielder who is now 32 years old. Let's see where Thomas Partey moves now that he's a free agent. But before we go, I have a great news for you. Well, 18-year-old Ghanaian defender that is Yusuf Owusu-Moro has signed his first professional contract with English Premier League side Brighton and Hove Albion. Born in England to Ghanaian parents, Yusuf Owusu-Moro is eligible to represent both Ghana and England at the international level. The highly rated youngster has progressed through the ranks of Brighton's academy and is seen as one of the club's most promising defensive prospects. His signing marks a major step in his career, with the club expected to gradually integrate him into the first team setup. Moro is known for his composure on the ball, tactical awareness, and strong tackling ability. Both the Ghana Football Association and the English FA are keeping close eye on the young midfielder. And on that note, we wrap up here on Sports Update Ghana. I'll see you in the next one. Please subscribe.